Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the FX Market Insight for Tuesday, the 9th of April. All right, as we go through into the start of the day, the major news. Now, this is the two geopolitical issues that have been belting away for some time. Well, Brexit for a couple of years. There's all sorts of things. They're talking about potentially coming back to Parliament and working out whether they have another referendum. Now, Brexit, we've got the 12th of April, I think, is the next cut-off date. It looks like the UK have no plans for a general timeline, so this could get a little bit messy from here. So just be aware. Sterling's not the best pair to be trading anyway, but it could get a little bit worse than it has been. And also, we've been talking about this, the US, okay, you've got to expect them to come back and give the Chinese another kick in the belly around these trade issues and tariffs. The latest article there, US not satisfied yet in China trade talks. All right, now I just want to cover those before I get into the rest of it, because those two events impact everything. All right, now just coming into looking at today's trading activity, well, the majors, the US dollar has just drifted slightly lower, but once again, it's the noise of the hourly charts that you need to avoid. Overall, the technical picture for the major pairs in the dollar index, pretty much sideways. Okay, the Kiwi has got showing glimpses of a downside move, but it's not getting any real momentum from any New Zealand data or US data for that matter. The fundamental outlook, well, we've got the Eurozone, the RBA and the RBNZ all talking about lower growth and caution, and rates could go lower. So they're the pairs that have a general fundamental picture of a downside move, but there's no sort of clear momentum at this point. And that's primarily because, once again, the core market drivers, these two geopolitical events just will not go away. All right, now let's just have a look where traders are going to be focused as we come into today's trading. Now, the upcoming events, we've got, today's a pretty quiet day across the board on the calendar, but we do have two releases. In the Asian session, I would expect the Australian housing finance numbers to be the major focus. That's a real sore point and a hot topic in Australia at the moment. The RBA is watching that very closely as housing markets continue to fall. It's been the biggest bubble globally for some time. So I think this is just the start of it. And these numbers will give us a chance to have a look, see how everything's going. You can hold positions through that trading release. Also, the Swiss employment numbers, you can hold positions through that release, but you know what? We don't expect too many changes in the Swiss numbers, but you never know. And then after that, really it starts on Wednesday, so there's not a hell of a lot to really get excited about just yet. So just make sure you're trading for the right reasons if you are currently trading. All right, just looking at the charts, the major pairs. I mean, Aussie continues to bang away sideways. It is pushing the top side. The actual where it is at the moment probably gives us a bit of an opportunity for these housing numbers to come into play. I'm expecting weak numbers, so we may see that drift to the downside. It goes against the move yesterday, which is a slightly weaker US dollar. The Kiwi is the one pair that has got a really nice structure. Euro, which was going down, is now definitely just trading sideways, and if anything, starting to squeeze to the top side. Sterling, well, it's a dog's breakfast and it's anyone's guess. You just got to wait and see how these headlines drop. Now, dollar CAD did play catch up. It finally dropped to the downside as the housing starts numbers came in a little bit stronger than the previous ones, and also oil back above 64 bucks really gave it a shot in the arm and saw the CAD rally. And dollar yen, well, it's just drifting sideways through trend lines and through the cloud. Not a hell of a lot to get excited about just at the moment. And that's pretty much where we are, guys. This is one of those challenging parts of the week where you need to just relax and wait for the opportunities. Wednesday is by far and away the best trading day. And that's where you start down here. You got the UK GDP, the ECB meeting, you got the US CPI numbers, and also the FOMC meeting. So there's plenty to play for. So just be aware, there's not a hell of a lot coming up. The best pair for my liking today is the Kiwi, but also the Aussie may get some activity with those housing numbers. So make sure you have a look if you get the chance. All right, guys, that's the FX Market Insight for today. We'll see you in the 247 trade zone. Cheerio.